leader that you are will really be, it will be something that will really be premised on the person that you are, your own experiences, your own route to where you are today, your own route to where you will be tomorrow. That is the quality of leader that you will be building. And so, as you continue to grow, I hope that, you are able to build yourselves into very good quality leaders, because that is something that we need on this continent, and that is something that we look forward to being able to gain more out of from people such as yourselves. I learned the ability of being able to create relationships beyond people that looked and sounded like me. And learned the importance of being able to do that. Because at the end of the day, the people that will impact, influence, or speak to your journey are not always going to be the people who look like you, speak like you, come from where you come from. It could be people that have very different journeys, but it will just be that they have something to contribute to your journey. And so you must be open to that. One of the things that I learned in my journey and in my continuing journey has been this importance of being bold. Whenever you're going to make a decision that's going to foster a change, not only in your life, but largely in the lives of many other people, it's going to require you to be bold, to be willing to make that adaptation in a manner that will make a significant change. You need to be bold. And so I hope that if there's one thing that we have in this room, is leaders who are bold. Because one thing that I've learned is that if you want to be able to sit in your comfortable position and to be able to do things in a comfortable and a way that is easy to take in, then don't even think about leading anything. Because if you're going to be taking a leadership role, boldness will be a part of it. And so that's something that I've learned as a key part of my journey. When you think about our own Nelson Mandela, who was able to get out of his comfort zone and be able to lead at a time when he could have made different choices. When the apartheid government was saying to him that they were willing to enter into an agreement with him, he was saying, no, not on those terms. On my terms, I will make an agreement with you. And so all of that has required boldness. It requires you to have a sense of boldness. Boldness is not something that is attached to people that are famous. Boldness is something that is required in the lives of you and I for us to be able to make a difference in the lives of others. We need to be bold. It's important. There's no doubt about it. What does boldness mean to you? It could be that perhaps using a different pen is boldness to you. Maybe wearing a different color is boldness to you. Boldness means different things to different people, because we all are coming from a different place, aren't we? But when you're looking at making leaps, you are looking at making fundamental changes. It will take just a bit more than wearing a different kind of shirt or using a different kind of pen. It will take a bit more gravitas than that. And so be aware of what that is. And the best thing you can do is to face up to it. Because it's only when you face up to it that you're able to grow, take your next step. Because for as long as you stay timid, you stay there, and there's no growth. As we think of developing ourselves and our growth, that we don't forget what is around us. Because what is around us will shape what it is that we become ourselves. And so we need to be thinking always about how we can pay forward. Because for us to be where we are today, other people had to pay forward to us. Other people had to be willing to make some time and to do something so that we could move forward. So what are we doing for others? We need to be making a difference in our communities that are around us so that we can have a different future as we move forward. And certainly, I think there's no doubt that our youth are facing significant challenges. And we all know that. And, whilst we know that there are significant opportunities, and I often say when I go and speak at various schools, because that's something that I love to do, and I hope that you are doing the same, that you go and you visit with young people in schools and interact with them. Because it's important for them to be able to see you and be able to say that one day I'm going to be like her. One day I'm going to be like him. They can only think that when they see it, because otherwise the only person that they can look to is their teacher or their principal. And hopefully that teacher is not someone that is abusive towards them, so that they're not learning different characteristics about being in a position of leadership. And so, it's important that we are continuing to play our roles in our communities. It's an important issue. And so our youth are facing significant issues. And, yes, there are significant challenges, but there are also opportunities. And so when I go and see them in schools, I often speak about the opportunities that they face. Because the reality that I often remind them of is that when I was growing up, we didn't have some of the opportunities that I see our government making available to young people today. We didn't have the opportunities that I see some of our corporates making available to young people today. And I know that there's a lot more that corporates can do, a lot more. There's still a lot that is not being done by us as corporate South Africa. There's still a lot more that can be done. But for what is being done, we need to have more young people taking up those opportunities. And sometimes it's just that they just don't know. When I speak to young people in schools, and you speak to various individual young kids, you see that sometimes it's just not knowing the right person. And so they don't know who they can talk to about getting a bursary or studying further. Are they worthy of studying further? Because what they're continuously getting is negative input about their own abilities. And so that positive input that you can give is something that is very, very important in their lives. And so I really would encourage you and applaud those of you who are doing a lot of work with young people in schools, in the various townships around the country, to continue doing that. It is important, we need it, and we need to continue doing so. When we are looking at the roles that we play, in whatever it is that you do, whether it is you as a citizen, whether it is you in your business, in whatever role that you are playing, that you remember that you continue to drive the values that are meaningful to you. That is what will change our country as we move forward. That is what will move us forward and drive us to be an economy that we need to be, for us to be an economy that is highly respectful, that is highly respected out there, amongst other economies in the world. And we are a respected economy. But for us to continue being highly regarded, for us to be even more highly regarded, there is more that we need to do, and only we can change it. It takes initiatives from all of us as corporates, all of us as business people, to be able to drive change in our communities. Our businesses that we build cannot just be about our profit. It's also about the profit that we can see from the changes that we can engineer in our communities. It's got to be about that. Because why then even have a business if you can't make a significant change in some area in our community? And so it's something that has made it very meaningful for me to be a part of the Shanduka team, to be with people who understand and are very committed to making a difference in society, not only in being able to pay a good dividend to our shareholders, but being able to pay a good dividend to our future. And that is the young people in this country.